You got the boys with the toys and the big making noise. Hello and welcome to Andy's Little Sci-Fi Horror Show. My name's Andy and this is my little 10-minute window to the rest of the world. Today I'm here to talk to you about one of the most reliable things in the entire galaxy. Something that has never failed mankind once in its entire existence. And that is robots. Particularly toy robots. Like this guy right here. This little guy came from the 90s, I believe. I think I saw a copyright date on it, like 1993 or something. The back of it says, "Excited 0067150." Excited 067. It's like some kind of porn droid or something. I don't know. But this isn't what I'm talking about right now. This guy I bought at the thrift store for, as you can see, 99 cents. When I first got him, he worked, but what happened is down here it got wet and some of the battery chambers had corroded. I could go back, crack them open and fix them one time. I'm not against it. It's not beneath me. And one day I probably will go on my way, take an hour, crack this guy open and fix him. But right now, that's not what this episode is about. This episode is about the history and other creations of the toy robot throughout the decades. Starting with the original, I guess you could call it the closest thing to the original, Robert the Robot from the 1950s. Check it out.
If you want to see something that's really out of this world, meet Robert, the talking robot.
Robert's story starts with a mechanical engineer. One day, while he was working on a remote-controlled machine, a toy idea was born. He took his idea of a remote-controlled robot to a close friend, Lionel Weintraub.
Should the robot have swinging arms? How about wheels to move around?
I don't know why the commercials are so long in the 50s. There's Robert the Robot. They're one of the very first mass-produced, more popular toy robots of its kind. It wouldn't really have any major competition until 1961, when they introduced Robot Commando.
Ideal's Robot Commando is here to help you. He's your one-man army. No enemy can destroy him. He fights off tanks, hurls missiles one after another. Even a squadron of planes can't stop him. Robot Commando fires his secret weapon. He takes orders from no one except you.
Forward!
Ideal's Robot Commando is battery operated to obey your command. Adjust the control, speak into the microphone.
Left! Fire!
Ideal's Robot Commando is here to help you. Look for your Robot Commando. He's looking for you.
In 1961. This was a huge breakthrough in technology. This was now several decades past World War II, and the technology was looking for the future, and even the toys were looking to be a little bit more automated. This actually was a voice-controlled toy robot from 1961. This was expensive at the time, and it blew people's mind. It came from Ideal, which at the time was a huge toy maker. You gotta understand, back in those days, a toy company was as good as its toys. That particular company was killing it with the war toys and the simulators, things like that. Now, for the people who couldn't afford that, they were out of luck. Some people at the time were fearing the auto technology and all this. If they realized what they're actually looking back at from what we were now, looking back then, they wouldn't be fearing anything at all. But there was that kind of fear in technology, and some parents were like, whoa, I don't want this kind of thing in my house. There was a answer to that. It came out in the Christmas season of 1963 called Big Lou.
It's Big Lou, giant moon robot by Marx. You can make him work for you, fight for you, even talk to you with 10 complete phrases.
It's not a toy robot control. It's basically a toy robot. But the selling point was the thing was 3 feet tall, and the kid could look through. You could actually look through the third eye telescope thing and actually shoot.
You sight the enemy through Big Lou's target scope. You can make him fight with all kinds of weapons. Blast off! Fire! Load his gun barrel arm and... Bam! Can anything stop him? No. Big Lou has all the tricks. Hear his bell. Blow his whistle. You can even buy batteries that make his eyes flash. He's ready to work for you, fight for you, even talk to you. Get the giant moon robot. Bargain price Big Lou by Marx.
Things. You can shoot little toy missiles. And if you know anything about later on in the 80s, shooting toy missiles is what pretty much made Hasbro with the G.I. Joe collection. God bless them. Don't ever stop making things to shoot. Toy robots, much like fashion and music in the 70s, took a bit of a downward turn here. One particular popular model at the time was called This Old Man. And this is kind of interesting because This Old Man was a kind of a throwback to the, almost like the 1950s in the 70s. So this is like their first delvage backwards in time that sci-fi actually had. People thought they were living so large in the 70s. This Old Man. It's a clockwork kind of thing. It has this weird kind of wonkiness to it. They made other variations of the same toy. I believe there's a train or some other kind of forms of automation. But that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about toy robots. Because the toy robots are our friends. They are the way of the future.
トランザーからダイモスにバトルターン完全変化デラックス超合金東証ダイモス
But if the clockwork old top hat kind of man wasn't your thing, the 70s did have the Mego Gigantor. Now this is a little bit closer to what we think about when we think about toy robots. But in the mid 70s, much like everything else, the coolness didn't quite last, and the toy company introduced this line of this.
You're witnessing the creation of an incredible new world, a world of unbelievable excitement and fun, the world of the Dingalings. The Dingalings, here they come, the whole fantastic bunch of them, the most incredible toys you've ever seen. Holy smoke, what's going on? It's Dingaling firemen coming to the rescue. Dingaling Shoe Shine gives you the brightest shine you've ever seen. Dingaling Spy hides in the shadows and discovers your secrets with his hidden camera. Dingaling Boxer, Dingaling Rocky is right on target. There's Dingaling Chef, and here comes Dingaling Gopher. Dingaling Claw, lifting, carrying. He's the worker of the future. Dingaling Construction Worker and Dingaling Policeman upholds the law.
We're going to skip past that and move on to this quick brief history of toy robots with Tobor from 1978. Not to be confused with the 1950s sci-fi Tobor, but ironically the same reason it's robot spelled backwards.
This is Tobor. Tobor, the telesonic robot. Batteries not included. He's under your control. With a click from the telesonic commander, to circle, to proceed forward, to circle, or to pick up the support module and return, all on your command. Tobor is robot spelled backwards. Tobor, the telesonic robot from Shopper.
This was a different form of wireless control. It was called telesonic. It was an angle they were trying to work, telesonic. Basically, it was the clicking sound device of a remote control as opposed to the pushing of the buttons. You just, and it turned left and it turned right, and it was cool to the people in the late 70s, but like 1978, what was on the cusp, on the horizon, in the 1980s. Again, it all comes back to the greatness of the 80s.